Hello everyone, I am Gyan and you are learning computer science with Python for class 11th. In this video we are going to learn about variables and assignments of values in the variables. Before we talk something formally about variables, can you tell me how you create variables in Python? Yes, you are correct. On the cell, you type a is equal to 5. Therefore, a is called variable, 5 is called constant, and this equal operator is called assignment operator. Assignment operator. The idea is that whatever is there at the right hand side of the assignment operator, that should be assigned to the variable at the left hand side of the assignment operator. In your computer memory, suppose that this big rectangle is computer memory. So in this computer memory, you allocate a location. Okay, in this computer memory you allocate a location, you assign a name to that location. A is the name of the allocated area of memory, so you have a dedicated memory allocated whose name is A. After that you have a value somewhere else in the memory, that value is 5. You have the value somewhere else in the computer memory, that value is 5. The address of this value is ADDR1. I am assuming the address of this value as ADDR1. Actually, addresses do not look like this. The address of the value which has to be assigned in the variable A will be stored in the allocated memory for A. So the value ADDR1 will be stored in A. Storing the address of this value in the variable A means that this variable is pointing to the value. So this variable is pointing to the value. Therefore, here you should notice that the allocated memory with name A itself does not contain the value 5. The value 5 gets allocated somewhere else in the memory whose reference will be stored into the variable A. That means whose address, reference means address, whose address will be stored into the variable A. This is how variables and values works in Python. The allocated memory for value is also called object in Python. So in the computer memory, there are two types of allocation. One for the variable, other one for the value. Okay, the memory which got allocated for the value is also called object. And the memory which got allocated for the variable is called the variable memory. The variable memory stores address of the object, means address of the actual value. The variable does not contain the value itself. Okay, it contains address of the value. This is how variables work in Python. So you can say that a variable in Python, a variable in Python represents named location in memory. So A is the named location of a part of memory. Therefore, A is the variable that refers. Refers means stores the address. Or other word can be used for the word refers is points. Okay, that refers, that points, or that stores the address to a value. The memory allocated for the value is also called object, and whose value can be used and processed during program run. That means if I write here b is equal to a multiplied by 5, so the value whose address is stored by a can be used during the program run. That means b will contain address of something called 25. If you do this, you will be creating another variable b which will store address of something called 25, not 24. It will be 25. So hopefully you are getting my points. Therefore, a variable in Python represents named location, as A represents a named location in the memory whose name is A. That refers means that that stores the address of a value. Okay, and whose value can be used and processed during program run. The value of A can be used and can be processed during the program run. That's why A is the variable. Okay, hopefully you got it. As you have seen here, for every variable, two memory locations gets allocated. One for the variable name and other one for the value. So A is the variable name and 5 is the value. The memory location which gets allocated for the value is called object. The memory location which gets allocated for the value is called object. Now the next point is how to create a variable. Creating a variable. Variable can be created just by writing name is equal to value. Okay, the variable name is equal to value. If you write like this, then you have created a variable whose name is marks and which is pointing to an object having the value 70. So name of this variable is marks, which is pointing to an object whose value is 70. This is that simple to create a variable. Let's try creating variable in Python shell. Type ideally, open Python 3.9 shell and write here student is equal to Jacob. So in this case, as you can assume the memory that a student is a variable which is pointing to another location in the memory which contains the value Jacob. Okay, then age is the variable which is pointing to a memory which contains the value 16. So a student here stores reference of a text. Anything written in between the double quote or in between the single quote is text. Okay, just English text. And here I am writing the 16. 16 is a numerical value. Okay, it is a number, not a simple text. So when you do this, a student variable will be pointing to Jacob, will be pointing to Jacob, and age variable will be pointing to 16. So in the same way, you can create many variables. You can do operations on these created variables. Like if you type age multiplied by 5, you get here 80. Okay, so the values whose references are stored in the variables can be used during operation on those variables. Now let's see another topic called primitive and reference variables. Primitive variables and reference variables. These are the two types of variables used by multiple programming languages, including C++, Java, etc. But Python never uses primitive variables. Okay, C++ and Java use both primitive variables and reference variables, but Python only use reference variables. Now the question is, what are they? What is the primitive variable and what is the reference variable? Let's see about primitive variables. Primitive variables. If a variable is primitive and you type a is equal to 15, then it will create a location in the memory whose name is a, and that will contain 15 inside the variable, not somewhere else. And if you try to change the value of variable and you do a is equal to 20, then the content of the same variable will be changed. Okay, the new content of the variable will be 20. Getting it? So in the primitive variables, value gets stored inside the memory allocated for that variable. That is called the primitive variables. C++ and Java supports primitive variables, but Python does not support primitive variables. C++ and Java supports primitive variables. The second type of variable is called reference variable. Reference variables. See, Python does not support primitive variables. Python does not support primitive variables. Now, let's come to the reference variables. Whatever we have discussed up to now about variables, all were the reference variables. Okay, that means in the reference variables, When you write a is equal to 15, there is a memory allocated for a. The another part of memory got allocated to store the value 15, and a refers to the 15. Means 15 itself is not stored in a. Okay, 15 itself is not stored in a. 15 gets created somewhere else in the memory whose reference will be stored in the variable a. If you change it and type a is equal to 20, then a will start pointing to 20. The memory allocated for 15 is still there, but a is not pointing to that. A just started pointing to somewhere else. So if this was the memory, you just cut this connection and assign it to other location. So this is the concept of reference variables. Python only supports reference variables. Okay, C++, Java, and Python all supports reference variables. So in the case of reference variables, the location whose address is stored in the variable keeps on changing if you change the value of that variable. As you have seen here, a was initially pointing to a location whose value was 15. Later, a stopped pointing to that location and started pointing to a new location whose value was 20. 15 is still there, but a is not pointing to that. Now let's see L values and R values. L values and R values. Let's go to ideally. If you write age is equal to 20, this is good. Age is 20. But if you write 20 is equal to age, this is wrong. Okay? This is saying that cannot assign to literal. This is just a value. This is not a variable. Okay? Variable is supposed to store something. Variable is supposed to store either value or address of the location where the value is. But the constant, the literal, is not supposed to store anything. Literals are values in itself. So writing like this is wrong. But you can write like this. Marks is equal to age. You can do it. The value of marks is same as the value of age. Okay. What happens here in this case is age was 20. Age is equal to 20. So age was pointing to 20. Then you have assigned marks is equal to age. So you have created another variable whose name is marks, and that variable is also pointing to 20. Okay, because both are pointing to the same. Even if you write num is equal to 20, in this case also a new variable will be created whose name is num and which will be pointing to same 20. So if the values are 20, they all will be pointing to the same location. But what I want to say here is a variable can come on the left hand side of the assignment operator, but a constant cannot come to the left hand side of the assignment operator. You cannot do like this. This is an error. So the variables can come at both left hand side and right hand side of the assignment operator, but the constants, the literals, only can come but the constants, the literals, only can come at the right hand side of the assignment operator. This rule is not only true for the constants. Suppose that I am writing here num is equal to marks into 2. That is perfect. The value of num is 40. But I cannot write marks into 2 is equal to num. This is again an error. So either literals or expressions cannot come at the left hand side of assignment operator. That is an error. But the variables can come at the left hand side and right hand side both of the assignment operator. So with this knowledge, let's learn about L values and R values. L values. Writing A multiplied by 2 is called an expression. Writing B is equal to A multiplied by 2 is also an expression. Writing just A is also an expression, and writing just 2 is also an expression. So all these four are expressions. Therefore, in the definition of L values, you can write like expressions that can come on the both sides of the assignment operator are called L values. Expressions that can come on both sides of assignment operator are called L values. So the expression which can come at both sides of the assignment operators are called L values. As you can see here, writing just variable name is also an expression. Writing just constant is also an expression. These two expressions cannot evaluate. However, this expression a multiplied by 2 can evaluate. Getting it? So only the expression which cannot evaluate is writing just variable name or writing just constant name. We will learn more about expressions in the coming videos of this series. Only variable names are L values. Only variable names are L values. Okay, only variable names are L values means only variable names can come at both sides of assignment operators. Only variable names can come at both sides of assignment operator. After L values, you have something called R values. Expressions that can come only on right hand side of an assignment operator. Expressions that can come only at right hand side of assignment operator. Expressions that can come only at right hand side of assignment operator are called R values. So literals or expressions that evaluate a value are R values. As we have seen, expressions that evaluate a value cannot come at the left hand side of assignment operator. Literals means constants cannot come at the left hand side of the assignment operator. That's why these two expressions means literals and the expressions that evaluate a value are the R values. In Python, we can assign values to multiple variables together, and that is called multiple assignments. So let's see multiple assignments. Multiple assignments. So using the multiple assignments, you can assign same value to multiple variables, or you can assign multiple values to multiple variables. Okay, assigning same values to multiple variables. How can you assign same values to multiple variables? To do that, you just write this statement: a is equal to b is equal to c is equal to 10. So the value 10 gets assigned to all the variables a, b and c. Okay, the value 10 gets assigned to the variables a, b and c. In the memory, they look like this. We have the variable a, we have the variable b, and we have the variable c. All the three are pointing to this 10. Okay, all the three are pointing to the same value, that is 10. So this is how you assign the same value to multiple variables. Let's try it practically. Let's write here a is equal to b is equal to c is equal to 10. Type a, you have 10. Type b, you have 10. Type c, again you have 10. All are pointing to the same location, to the same value. The other type of multiple assignments is assigning different values to different variables. Assigning multiple values to multiple variables. Assigning multiple values to multiple variables. How it works is, if you write x, y, z is equal to 10, 20, 30, then first one will be assigned into the first one, second one will be assigned into the second one, and third one will be assigned into the third. Therefore, x is a variable pointing to the memory location which contains 10, y is a variable pointing to the memory location which contains 20. Z is a variable pointing to the memory location which contains 30. See, this style of assigning variables are very useful. Suppose that I am writing x comma y is equal to 25 comma 50. So the value of x, I am printing here, print x comma y. This printing will result 25 and 50. But let me do something special. If I write here x comma y is equal to y comma x, so what will happen? The first one will be assigned into the first one, the second one will be assigned into the second one. So x will contain the value of y and y will contain the value of x. That's why when again you print x comma y, it will print 50 and 25. So values of x and y got swapped. Means the value of x now contains the older value of y and value of y now contains the older value of x. So their values got swapped. They have exchanged their values. Exchanging the values is that simple in Python just because the multiple assignments to multiple variables. Suppose that you have something like this: a comma b comma c is equal to 5 comma 10 comma 7. So a will contain 5, b will contain 10 and c will contain 7. Hopefully you are getting it. Then you write b comma c comma a is equal to a plus 1, b plus 2 and c minus 1. Now after this statement, b will contain 6, c will contain 12 and a will contain 6. Therefore after this statement, you have a is equal to 5, b is equal to 10, c is equal to how much? C is equal to 7. But after this statement, the second one, you have a is equal to, b is equal to and c is equal to. Tell me, b is equal to a plus 1 means 6, c is equal to b plus 2. The older value of b was 10, so 10 plus 2 is equal to 12, a is equal to 12. So b is equal to a plus 1. Older value of a is 5 plus 1 means 6. The value of b is 6. The value of c is b plus 2. Older value of b is 10. 10 plus 2 is equal to 12. So c is equal to 12. And the value of a will be c minus 1. Older value of c is 7. 7 minus 1 means 6. So the a will be 6, b will be 6 and c will be 12. Therefore at final, if you print a comma b comma c, it will print 6, 6 and 12. See, these expressions at right hand side of assignment operator gets evaluated from left to right. That means a plus 1 will be evaluated first, b plus 2 will be evaluated second and c minus 2 will be evaluated third. Now let's practice few more codes. If you write p comma q is equal to 3 comma 5, then the value of p will be 3 and the value of q will be 5. Now if you write q comma r is equal to p minus 2 comma p plus 2, then what will be the new value of q? Can you tell me? The new value of q will be the older value of p minus 2. That means 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. And new value of r will be the older value of p plus 2. That means 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. Let's see one more example. We have x is equal to 10 and then what I'm writing here is y comma y is equal to x plus 2 comma x plus 5. So at the left hand side we have same variables separated by comma. Okay, we have two y's. At the first case 2 will be added to x and the value will be stored in the variable y. So that will be 12. In the second y, 5 will be added to x and that will be stored in y. So 10 plus 5 is equal to 15. So final value of y will be 15. Okay. At the first place also you are changing the value of y and made it 12. But in the second case, you have changed the already contained value of y and change it from 12 to 15. Okay, initially it was 12 and then you change that value to 15. That's why the final value of y is now 15. Type y and you have 15. One last question from this multiple assignments. X comma x is equal to 20 comma 30. Can you tell me what is the value of x right now? Always the right hand side value will be the final value of the variable if the same variables are used more than once at the left hand side. Okay, because initially x will assign with the value 20 and that value 20 will be changed to 30 for the next assignment. Now we have y comma y is equal to x plus 10 comma x plus 20. So what was the final value of x here? The final value of x was 30. So first 10 will be added to 30 to get 40. Therefore, first occurrence of y gets the value 40. Then you again have to add 20 in the last value of x, that is 30. So 30 plus 20 is equal to 50. Therefore, final value of y will be 50. What is the final value of x? That is 30. And what is the final value of y? That is 30 plus 20 is equal to 50. So if you print x comma y, it will print 30 and 50. So hopefully you are getting my points. Let's start another topic called variable definition. Variable definition. In Python, a variable gets created only if you assign a value to it. Okay? In Python, a variable gets created only if you assign a value to it. So in Python, you can create a variable only by assigning a value to it. There is no other way to create a variable. So whenever you write in Python x is equal to 20, you create a variable whose name is 20. So you have to assign a value to a variable in order to create it. But suppose that what I'm doing here is I do not have any variable in Python and I want to use that variable. So I do not have any variable whose name is a right now and I want to use that variable. I have various variables with the names p, q, r, x, y, but I do not have any variable whose name is a. And if I just type a multiplied by 2, I will get error saying that name a is not defined. To create the variable with name a, there is only way is to assign a value to it. Now the variable a has been created. Then when you multiply something to that variable, it will work fine. So hopefully now you know that in order to create a variable in Python, you have to assign a value to that variable. Let's see another topic of Python, that is dynamic typing. Dynamic typing. Python is not strict for types of variables. Python is not strict about what type of data should be stored by the variables. What I mean here is, if I write a is equal to 5, then you know that there will be a location whose name is a, and this location will point to some other location which contains the actual value. 5 is a whole number, is an integer. But later on, I can store a string, a text in 5. So now a, instead of pointing to 5, starts pointing to something called hello. Type of hello is very different from type of 5. Type of hello is text, is a string. It's not integer. But the Python does not have any problem with it. Python never told that you have to store only addresses of whole numbers in A. Python never told like that. Python is okay with it. Whatever the address you want to store in A, you can store. Python does not have any problem. Okay, but the same thing is not valid in C++ or Java. If a variable is supposed to store reference of an integer, reference of a whole number, you cannot store the reference of a string or a text to that variable. That will be error in C++ and Java. But Python is very okay with it. You can store the reference of any type of object, any type of value to any variable. Python is very flexible about such assignments. But there is a problem, there is a possible problem with dynamic typing. Therefore, what the dynamic typing is? A variable pointing to a value of a certain type can be made to point to a value or object of different type. This is called dynamic typing. But there is possible problem related to dynamic typing. What the possible problem is? Suppose that you have written a is equal to 8 and you write b is equal to a by 2. But at some point of time, you changed the value of a from 8 to hello. The division is not applicable on an object on a value of type string, of type text. Division is not allowed on the string. So now in this case, if you try to do b is equal to a by 2, you will get an error that string cannot be divided. Let's try it. You have a is equal to 8. Of course, you can do b is equal to a by 2 and that works. But if you store hello in a and you do b is equal to a by 2, this will throw an error. Unsupported operand type for division. So string cannot be divided. Therefore, why this problem happened? This problem happened because you have not fixed that you are going to store only integer, only whole number to the variable. That's why this problem happened. Okay, accidentally you have stored a string in the variable, thinking that still you have a number in the variable a and trying to divide it. So this is one possible shortcoming of dynamic typing. You should be careful about such situation. How will you see the type of any variable? How will you see the value whose address is stored in a variable? What type is associated with that value? How will you come to know this? To do that, we have a function called type. If you type here type and then you write x, as you can see here, x is an integer. Press enter and you can see x is an integer. Then you type b. B is a float because you have divided something that becomes float. What is a? Type a. A is a string now. It's str. Okay. And you can see everything is class in Python. X contains a reference of a class integer whose current value is 30, I think. A contains a reference of an object of type string whose current value is hello, I think. Therefore, if I write a is equal to 2 and type a, the type of a is integer. If I write a is equal to hello, then I type a, the type of a is string. So hopefully you got all my points. That's all about the variables and their assignments. See you in the next video.